Good day everyone, I am Miles D. Caasi and today I will be discussing the Lesson 7.2 Enhanced Teacher Education Curriculum anchored on outcome-based education. As a teacher education curriculum, initiatives geared towards globalization, contextualization, indigenization, and other reforms or enhancement, a lot of harmonization is being done by the educators, curriculum specialists, faculty, teachers, students, and all stakeholders. Outcome-based education as a philosophy, a system, and a classroom practice gives a very strong signal in the reconceptualization of the teacher education curriculum. Now, let us learn how the teacher education curriculum embraces the philosophy, the system, and the classroom practice of outcome-based education. These are the learning outcomes. Identify the desired outcomes in terms of competencies of the new teacher education curricula. Second, be familiar with the degree programs, the contents, the delivery, modes, and the assessments in the new teacher education program. Third, analyze the new teacher education curricula in the context of outcome-based education and reflect on the pre-service teachers' preparation to become highly qualified global teachers. So these are the competencies of quality teachers as mandated by the Teacher Education Program Outcomes CMO 74 to 82 series of 2017. The first outcome is demonstrated basic and higher levels of literacy for teaching and learning. So literacy skills, the higher or basic, dapat marunong ka magbasa, magsulat, and mag-analyze. For example, dapat marunong ka makipag-communicate, gumawa ng mga reports, and gumamit ng mga digital tools. The second outcome is demonstrated deep and principled understanding of the teaching and learning process. Understanding teaching and learning. So for example, alam mo ang mga theories like constructivism and alam mo kung paano ito i-apply sa class. The third outcome is mastered and apply the subject matter content and pedagogical principles appropriate for teaching and learning. So dito, subject mastery. Dapat expert ka sa iyong subject matter. Dapat alam mo kung paano ituro ang iyong subject matter. For example, if you are a math teacher, dapat alam mo kung paano ituro ang mga formulas, kung ano yung mga step by step, dapat alam mo kung paano sagutin yung mga student sa mga tanong nila about sa pag-solve ng isang math problem. The fourth outcome is applied a wide range of teaching-related skills in curriculum development, instructional, production, learning assessment, and teaching delivery. So, dito, dapat marunong ka gumawa ng mga lesson plans, instructional materials, and alam mo kung paano gumamit ng iba't ibang teaching styles. For example, marunong ka gumawa ng mga instructional materials like PowerPoint or visual aids, hands-out, and lesson plans. The fifth outcome is articulated and applied clear understanding of how educational processes relate to political, historical, social, and cultural context. So, context awareness. Dapat alam mo kung paano nakaaapekto ang political, historical, social, or cultural context sa education. For example, alam mo kung paano nakaaapekto ang culture or family background sa learning ng bata. The sixth outcome is facilitated learning in various classroom setting, diverse learners coming from different cultural background. So dito dapat may iba't ibang klase ng bata or diverse learners kaya dapat marunong kang mag-handle. For example, may mahiyain na bata then ang isa naman active. Kailangan mong mag-adjust ng mga strategies or teaching style mo para ma-cope lahat ang bata, iba't ibang klase ng learners. Thus, the outcome 7 is experience direct field and clinical activities in the teaching milieu as an observer, teaching assistant, or practice teacher. So, field experience. So, dapat may exposure ka bilang observer, assistant, or practice teacher. For example, sa internship, nag-observe ka sa pagtuturo. Then, eventually, magtuturo ka na ng isang lesson sa klase. Then, the outcome 8, created and innovated alternative teaching approaches to improve student learning. So, dito dapat marunong ka mag-develop ng mga new strategies para mas ma-improve yung student learning. For example, gumamit ka ng TikTok or gamified quizzes para mas engaging yung inyong klase. The outcome 9 is practice professional and ethical standards for teacher anchored for both local and global perspectives. So, professional ethics, dapat may integrity and professionalism both locally and globally. For example, hindi ka gumagawa ng favoritism and lagi kang on time and prepared. The outcome 10 is pursued continuously lifelong learning for personal and professional growth as a teacher. So, lifelong learning. Hindi porket teacher ka na is mag-stop ka na sa pagkuha ng mga knowledge na mga bago. So, dapat continue ka pa rin sa pag-aaral bilang teacher. For example, no, nag-a-attend ka ng mga webinars, seminars, and nagbabasa ka ng mga new teaching trends. These are the competencies of quality teachers as mandated by the Department of Education Order Number 42 Series of 2017, the PPST or the Philippine Professional Standard for Teachers. These are the domains with clusters of competencies. The domain 1, competencies on content knowledge and pedagogy. Dapat as a teacher, alam mo ang subject matter mo and kung paano ito ituro. The domain 2, competencies on the learning environment. Dapat marunong kang gumawa ng safe and positive learning space. The domain 3, competencies on diversity of learners. As a teacher, dapat marunong kang mag-adjust sa iba't ibang learners. The domain 4, competencies on curriculum and planning. Dapat marunong kang, kung gumagawa ka ng mga plans sa lesson mo, dapat align ito sa curriculum. The domain 5, competencies on assessment and reporting. Dapat marunong kang gumawa ng assessment and magbigay ng feedback sa mga student. The domain 6, competencies on community linkages and professional engagement. Hindi lang sa mga student, kundi dapat connected ka din sa mga parents, sa community, and sa stakeholders. The domain 7, competencies on personal growth and professional. As a teacher, dapat open ka for improvement, reflection, and professional development. These are the competency framework for teachers in Southeast Asia, the CFT-SEA. The first one, knowing and understanding what to teach. So, sinasabi ko na to kanina, dapat expert ka, dapat alam mo ang subject mo na ituturo mo. For example, dapat pagpasok mo pa lang sa klase, master mo na yung lesson mo. The second one, helping students to learn. So, dito dapat marunong kang mag-explain, mag-motivate ng mga student, hindi yung turo ka lang ng turo, wala namang naiintindihan ng mga estudyante mo. Dapat open ka for questions of the students, the clarifications, and explain to them what are the step-by-step process so that they can learn. Help them to learn. Number 3, engaging the community. So, dito, kailangan connected ka sa community and sa parents. For example, no, sumali ka sa isang school community project like Brigada Eskwela, di ba? Kasama yung mga parents doon, students, and all stakeholders sa Brigada Eskwela. Becoming a better teacher. So, dito, dapat tuloy-tuloy ang pag-improve mo. Open ka for improveness and open ka sa mga feedback and dapat mag-improve ka. Becoming a better teacher. So, this is the Philippine Qualification Framework or the PQF Level 6 for Bachelor's Degree. So, this is a framework refers to the bachelor's degree in which the teacher graduates dapat may deep, broad, and specialized knowledge sila na akma sa professional practice. For example, I am a BS Ed graduate. Dapat alam ko kung paano gumawa ng lesson plan, paano mag-handle ng classroom, and kung paano gumawa ng mga IMs for teaching. These are the new features of the teacher education curricula. The first one, all future teachers will be trained on how to use technologies for teaching and learning. So as a third-year student now, we encountered these courses, the Technology for Teaching and Learning 1 and 2, in which dito tinuruan tayo kung paano gumamit ng mga ICT tools for teaching, like the Canva, the Google Forms, and any ICT tools. The second one is all future teachers will enhance skills in assessment of learning outcomes. So these are the courses like Assessment 1 and 2 in which na-take na rin natin siya as a third-year student. Dito, natuto tayo kung paano gumawa ng lesson plan, kung paano gumawa ng TOS, exams, mga learning objectives, and card, anything na related sa lesson planning. The third one, experiential learning courses will be more focused on the application of theory to practice and varied context. So in here, the courses are Field Study 1, Field Study 2, and Teaching Internships. So dito, mararanasan natin siya when we turn into fourth year student, in which madedeploy tayo sa school, in which tayo ay magde-demo doon, tayo ay magtuturo, at tayo ay magiging student teacher. The fourth one, all future teachers in the elementary level will be prepared to teach all subjects areas, including good manners and right conduct and the mother tongue. So, ina-apply ito siya sa mga B.Ed students, in which ang tinuturuan nila is mga elementary, in which young students pa sila. So, kailangan nilang magturo ng GMRC or the good manners and right conduct, and gumamit ng mga mother tongue. There are 2-degree programs that are prepared teachers to teach both in the elementary and secondary level. So, meron talagang dalawang program na designed talaga para makapagturo ang mga graduates both the elementary and secondary levels. These are the degrees Bachelor of Physical Education or BPED and Bachelor of Technical Vocational Teacher Education or BTVTED. The next one, a new degree is offered for the teaching of culture and arts or the Bachelor of Culture and Arts Education. So, kung mahilig ka sa music, sa arts, sa cultural expression, swak na swak tong course na to sa'yo. The next one, 2 straight degree programs which were formerly the specialization in B.Ed before are offered now to prepare teachers who will teach early childhood education and special education. So, yung formerly 2 programs na specialized sa B.Ed, which are early childhood education and special education ngayon, meron na siyang courses talaga, which are the Bachelor in Early Childhood Education and the Bachelor in Special Education. The last one, all other original courses will be enhanced. So, yung mga original courses like DSED, B.Ed, di naman sila mawawala, kundi ma-enhance lang to align with the modern standards and sa outcome-based education framework. Is the course contents to achieve the outcomes. There are 3 major clusters of subjects or courses which provide the content of the degree programs. The cluster 1 is professional education courses. So these are courses that are common to all degrees. The course titles are as follows. Letter A, Foundation Theories and Concepts. Dito na yung mga courses or subjects na the child and adolescent learning principles, the teaching profession, the teacher and the community, school culture and organizational leadership, and foundations of special and inclusive education. The next one, pedagogical content knowledge. Ito na yung mga courses na belong dito. These are the facilitating learner-centered teaching and learning, the assessment for learning 1 and 2 rather, the technology for teaching and learning 1, the teacher and the school curriculum, and the building and enhancing new literacies across curriculum. So the next one, experiential learning courses, dito na yung Field Study 1 and Field Study 2. The cluster 2, which are the major courses, dito nakadepende ito kung ano yung course mo. Major in English ka, major in mathematics, major in science, and etc. The cluster 3 are the electives, which are yung mga electives dito, pwede kang mag-add ng knowledge or the subject to support your main course. Ganun. So these are the pedagogical approaches to deliver the content and achieve the outcomes. The first one is face-to-face or F2F. This is a traditional delivery mode where the students and the teachers are physically present in a designated place or classroom. So, from the word itself, face-to-face, like actual, nakikita, nagko-communicate, and nag-uusap kayo ng student mo physically. harap-harapan. Next one is distance learning or remote learning. It is a delivery mode where the students and teachers are not physically present in a designated place or classroom. So, dito na nangyayari yung mga online class in which the teacher and the students meet online through a Google Meet or Zoom or any ICT tools that can use for the student and teacher to meet online. So, dito nangyayari yung synchronous and asynchronous, in which synchronous, si teacher nagkakaroon ng Google Meeting sa kanya mga estudyante, nagkakaroon ng discussion, ng reporting. Sa asynchronous naman is nagbibigay lang ng activity or babasahin si teacher in which yung mga student niya, babasahin naman yung binigay or gagawin nila yung pinagawa ni teacher. Yun yung asynchronous. So, pwede rin itong modular learning, in which magbibigay si teacher ng module, may instruction na doon, babasahin na lang ni student at sasagutan. The next one is blended learning or flexible learning. Sa blended learning, it is the combination of the face-to-face and the distance learning. Ito na yung ginagawa natin sa school natin, in which nagkakaroon tayo ng face-to-face from Monday to Thursday and Friday online. Next one is experiential learning or the lifelong learning. This is supported by the theory of John Dewey, learning by doing. So, experiential learning allows the student, the learners, to experience firsthand the learning that they will encounter. So, pwede dito ang internship, apprenticeship, immersion, or practicum, and makakagain sila ng experience dito. In this figure, constructive alignment of desired outcome, content and methods and assessment. These are the acronym PIE, which stands for Planning, Implementation, and Evaluation. In curriculum, planning involves the formulation of the desired outcome, and this should be aligned with the content and methods in the implementation part. And finally, the evaluation, in which the assessment for the formative and the assessment of the summative, which will determine whether the desired outcomes have been achieved. And that's all for the lesson 7.2. Thank you for listening and God bless.